Doing the countdown, here we go, 5. Here we go to presentation mode. Are you ready? Are you ready? Good morning and welcome Vietnam. Welcome guys to another day of Forex trading with me, Peter Crow. I trade gold, NAS 100 and Euro USD on the Forex markets every day from 8 AM. I have to say that, do you know why, Dan? Because the algorithms, supposedly if you say it, it helps with the algorithms.
And the psychic, Dan.
And the psychic, and the psychic Dan Wizard, and the wizard Dan, the wizard of Dan. Right, okay, let's put this in play. Let me share my screen. So, quickly going over yesterday's trade. This was the outcome of the yesterday's trade. I am actually still in this, and you can see on this account what I'm on today again. I'm on the same account as yesterday, because it's closed for a payout. So I just thought, you know what, let's get another trade on it. Well, I say it and get a payout now. It's up to 2.5k. But this trade from yesterday, I'm actually still in on it. As you can see, my MT5 is still moving. There's not much left on it, right? I've adjusted my TP literally to the top of here. Okay, we might not get up there, but I've got such low profit on it now, so lot size on it now. I've literally got 0.05 lot on it on NAS 100, so it's less. So we might as well just leave it run. But yeah, yesterday a fantastic trade. Now it didn't happen until, what did I say yesterday? The 4 hour probably needs to close first, and as long as the 4 and the 2 close bullish, we should be all good. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It didn't actually go until the 2 or the 4, little bottom wick, and then flip and just drove right up. So fantastic trade. I took 3-4-3 from that, which you can see there, 3-4-3, and then obviously we've got open trades on, so this might even go up depending on this open trade. Okay, happy with that? Are you still in it, Dan?
I am.
Lovely jubbly. And all this was, it was technically would have been a 4 hour bullish close with a daily flip. So the reason we got in on this is because the daily baked out. It was more off the daily. We're thinking, okay, well, why did the daily close like this? There's only one reason. You're probably going to have to break these highs at least. And then we knew the daily could drive. And then the 4... what happened? Yeah, the 4 had closed back into the range. Okay, but respecting. Then we closed bearish, and we didn't close back below. So what we said is, well, this 4 could drive and break the highs, but if you get a bullish close, we'll be in. That's what we said. Because you're just retesting this zone to come up, and then there you go. That's the trade up. So lovely jubbly, lovely trade. Still in on it. Put us miles back in profit for the week, which is fantastic. And then we go again. Let's go again. Let's see what we've got today. So we completely reset. So the trade I've got left on, I just leave now. Right, when I've took 90% now, I just leave. I've extended my TP. I'm only risk free. I'm not trailing my stop because I've took my profit out. We just completely forget it's there, and it's just extra BA tokens basically. Extra BA tokens. What I do need to do though is change the notes and update the stream record. 72 wins, 11 break evens, and 22 less losses. I don't like them losses though. I'm gonna have to look at that. I think it's because I've been risking less, where I've been trying to get in because I'm not bothered because I'm risking less. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the extra entries.
Yeah. So I'll have to have a look at that, and that's what our logbook's for. Our logbook's not just to record now so we can go over it now. It's not for now. It's for 6 months time. So I'll look back at the whole 6 month worth of data, which we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've now got 6 months. I can look back at this logbook and go, okay, what's going on? How can I improve? Well, I can go into detail and then go, Well, look, we're taking a few losses here. Why are we taking these losses? Let's see if we can find some patterns. And if we look, a lot of the losses is where I'm preempting a flip, preempting a fake out. So that's where that's going to trigger my brain to think, okay, you, next time I look at a potential setup, I might look and go, okay, well, am I preempting the fake out? Am I preempting the one, flipping? You know, we've done this before and we take a lot of losses. So do we wait for a bit more confirmation? It just, what your logbook's for, it's not just to record things, it's for you to have 6 months worth of data to look back and go over your losses. How can we get them less? And go over your wins and go, okay, how could we have extended our TP? Could we have gone to a 3-to-1 or whatever? And that's what it's for. Okay, but to be honest, I won't look at this really until a full year is done, and then I'll really, once this full year is done, I will really analyse this logbook, where I will literally spend a few hours looking at it, yeah, on an evening and going over it, and going, okay, how did we do? And that's what you want to be like. But you definitely need a logbook. Dan, have you got a logbook?
I do.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Let me just quickly have a look. How gold done? Gold printed bullish. Okay, that's good. Let's this daily. Okay, let's do NAS 100 first, because I like the way the daily's closed. But gold is closed nice as well on the daily. So yeah, but I like the range on NAS. The range on NAS is really nice. So make sure you got a cup of tea. Let's get amongst it. I've not got my tunes on. Let me get my shit tunes. I might have another playlist. Do you know what? I'm going to test it now. See if I get copyright strike. What's it called? There it is. Okay, I'm going to test this playlist, right? It's better tunes, but I might get a copyright strike. But we'll see. We will see. You won't be able to hear it, Dan, will you?
No.
Okay. Right, let's go. Let's do this. I'm only on till 10 today, guys. I've got to go out, unfortunately, again. So, monthly. Now, we know the monthly's got 2 days left of it, so we do have to be careful, right? Because I weirdly take losses near the end of the month and the start of the month. Okay, it's like, I know this because my logbooks. Okay, start the month and the end of the month, I do tend to take a few losses, right? So we've got 2 days left of this month. Now, how is this monthly going to close? If it closes bearish, fantastic. We're probably looking at coming down again, which is really good for us because we need to come down. We can't keep pushing all-time highs. So that would be really nice. However, this monthly can still do anything, remember. It can still flip to the upside because the previous monthly is still bullish, right? And the range for the monthly is here. This is the top of the range. We haven't, this bullish close didn't close respecting our breakout, right? So I would imagine that this monthly really can still flip and close respecting or breakout. Okay, you've had a lovely liquidity grab now from this monthly, broke some lows, so this can easily flip to the upside. If it doesn't and closes bearish again, then we're just looking for some next month we're looking for bearish momentum. So that's what I'm looking at on the monthly. But in order for this monthly to flip, that means, I'm just going to quickly flip to the daily, that means we would need 2 daily candles to look like this. 1, I don't know, you could probably get that, and 2, and then you've got to go, okay, well, the size of this daily candle, has price done this in the past? And this is how you work out if the monthly can do that. So if we look left and go, okay, price is a bullish big candle there, so that could do it. Bullish big candle there, that could do it. This one came to there. This one gapped up. So yeah, I mean, when you come back down, this took a few dailies to get up, but there is some big daily candles there. So yeah, I think we could get up there with 2 daily candles. Therefore, the monthly can still flip to the to the upside. Okay, so that's the monthly. That's what we've got in the monthly. Now, if we look to the weekly, what's the weekly done? Well, the weekly range, we did break out to the downside, but this didn't close back in, so this makes it a bit more difficult. It doesn't mean we can't still drive with the next weekly, it just means we would have to wait for the next weekly to close. We closed here, we didn't close back above, so technically the range we're in is still between this and this, right? That's the range we're in. Now, until this weekly closes above 25144, technically it's difficult to take buys, right? Off the weekly, I mean. You would then need a bottom wick and then a flip to the upside. But remember, there's only 2 days left of the month. And if we're saying, well, the monthly is going to flip bullish and close respecting the range, that means this weekly would have to look like that in order to do it. And then if we look left and go, okay, is there any candles a similar size to this? And if the answer is no, then this would be unlikely. If the answer is yes, loads, then the probability is really high that the monthly is going to come. If the answer is 1 out of 6 or 7 or whatever, then there's a chance, but the probability is less. Okay. Now there is one candle the size of that. I mean, if you look at that one there, that's quite a big candle. But other than that, we don't really drive up on the weekly from this level. So the only time we've came up through this range from this level is here, this one, and this one. And this weekly only came to here, and then gapped and carried on. This weekly came to here, and then carried on. And obviously, what are we going to do now then? It looks like we've already tapped this level. So are we just going to consolidate for 2 days before the monthly closes, or could the weekly drive up to the upside? Well, the answer is, for me, is yes, we could drive to the upside. And the reason being is this candle came from this level and still managed to get there. So it's not always there or thereabouts, but, and this one came from here and got there. So if we take the size of this candle and just say, okay, well, we could potentially get this here, that would then fit perfectly in the 25893 level. Okay, which would be lovely for you, Dan, if you're still in on that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still in on that trade?
Yeah, I'm still in on that trade.
Go on, Dan. So, yes, we could drive, but we've also got to understand that the weeklies might just close in around this level. And therefore, if the weekly does that, that means the monthly's bearish. So it's going to make it difficult for buys up next week. Okay. So, that's what we've got there. So, if the weekly is going to drive, we've got 2 days left of it. That means we would simply just get a flip on this daily to keep carrying on driving. So if we can work out the daily ranges, we've got, I would say this is a level, even though you get quite a few what come through. You've got rejection there, you've got a little rejection there, and then you've got 2 prominent rejection areas there. So it's a bit of a support and resistance area. We've now closed above. We haven't retested this zone though. I would like a retest of this zone, or actually, no, we nearly retested it, didn't we? Maybe that was the retest. Yeah, I think I would get away with that. We broke above, retest the zone. So if we look at every time the daily closes above here, actually, do you know what? Let's do this level. Let's just do this because there is a minor level here, but nowhere else it fits, right? But let's say this level. Every time the daily closes above here, what happens to price? And here's a tip for you, right? Get your little box up and go, every time the daily closes above here, what happens next? Well, there's the daily close there. Where does this go? Well, this comes all the way up to here. So we mark it green. Next one. So I'm on about where prices come below and then come back up. So this one comes all the way up to here, and then it rejects and comes through. So we'll just mark it there for now. Okay, next one. Daily. This daily comes all the way up to here again. So we're seeing a pattern where price can reject from here. However, look at that bearish close there. Could we get that today? Which would look pretty similar. And if so, could we drop down to 25146, which would make sense because there's a big fair value gap here. Next one, this one came straight through to here. And then this one came straight through to them levels. So, oh, I've missed one. Daily, Dan, oh my God.
I saw it.
So think about it logically, right? We've only came through this area on the daily 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. We've only came through that area 6 times. Now, what is the probability? Well, out of them 6 times, 100% of the time, price comes to at least the lowest box, which is here. And we'll mark this up with a light blue. So 100% of the time, all of them come through to here. Okay. Next one, shall we say, what would the percentage be on the next two? So this is where I'm a bit shit at maths, right? The next one is this level where 4 out of 6, so 4 out of 6, that would be 80%. 80% of the time, price comes to these levels. Okay. And then 2 out of 6, which would be 20% of the time, price comes to these levels. So can you see the probability? So this is 100% probability. This is 80%. Don't know if I've done that right. And this is 20% probability. That's what I mean, probability. Okay. So then, once you work out, well, actually, it's 100% price should push to this level. Then we've got to work out, well, where would we put our stops? Now what we've got to work out is, when the daily closes above there, what happens with the next candle? How steep is the bottom wick? So, I'll leave this up for you. So if we look, there's the daily close there. We get tiny bottom wick, flip, drive. Another one, tiny bottom wick, flip, drive. Tiny bottom wick, flip, drive. This one, however, closes bearish before the drive and comes back to this level. Okay. This one comes straight through. This one, no bottom wick, gap straight through. So this means that there is out of 6 times, one of them comes down to this level and gives you the bottom wick. So this is where you've got to decide and go, okay, what's the probability of price coming down here for a bottom wick? And it would be, I don't know, because I'm shit at maths. 20%, say? 20% chance. Something like that, yeah. So, but there is a lower chance that it will come down to that level. So this is where you've got to work out and go, okay, well, I'll just put my stops. If we flip now because we've done a bottom wick, maybe just below the previous support level. Or you could say, well, prices come down and give me a bottom wick now. If it flips from here, I'm probably going to carry on driving. And this was the bottom wick. So do we just go below this level? Or do we go below this, covering our risk to drive up? And that gets rid of the chance of price coming back down. Because then, right, if price just comes straight through, we were just wrong in our analysis. And that's just Forex. Okay? But probability-wise, we should be driving up. Because price is telling us that's what it's done in the past. And that's the only thing we've got to go off. Really, what has price done in the past? And we just try and copy it. So, yeah, we could potentially just get a daily buy stop above now and expecting price to carry on, which would make sense. And if we could do that, the only other bit I would probably do is I would probably take about 90% out here, and then the rest you could maybe have your full TP at this level. That's what I would probably do. But we're going to look at lower time frame to see if price needs to push further down. Do you want me to leave these on, these greens? But we don't need it now, do we? And that's how we work out, and it's exactly the same on a 1 hour, a 4 hour, even 15 minutes. That's literally how I work. That is Meraki from start to finish. A default setting way how to actually read a chart instead of waiting for all these confluences, divergence of double bottom, come back to a fair value gap, hits a OB, 2 breaks of structure and all that crap. It's literally just zones, just break into another zone. What happens next? Well, probability comes up. That's it. So what's price doing? This is a daily. We've had a bottom weight. Could we just get a buy stop off the daily? Or should we wait for a break? Could we get in earlier? If we're going to get in earlier, if I get a forward bullish close here, I would like a bullish close above these levels because I don't like this. And that's the daily top. So let's find the forward zone first. We could potentially have another corker trade today if we're right down.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
So if we can get, we've got a level here. Oh shit, where's my thing now? I probably prefer a forward close above that. We do the same again. What happens with get a forward close above that? Well, we had one here, fake out. So if we close back above, probably unlikely we're going to fake out. 4 drove straight up. 4 tight close up, didn't drive, then went. I'm going to move this to this level just because I've seen this 4. Do you want to be stuck in that before taking partial? This is where you just start tweaking things to the. So look, this one didn't hit, so we'll move that down to there. You got more touches. Forward close, up, forward close, we mess about, come through, forward, eventually come through. Forward close, oh look at this, so this is where we think we could be on. Forward close, straight back down, that's what we've done. And then we're starting to print bullish. I think if we can get a bullish close on the 4, I think I'd be looking at a buy. But what I would want to see, let's say there's our first bullish close. Look what the next 4 does, comes down, breaks the low. So if we could wait for a pullback to break the low first, then a buy stop off the 4 to then continue up to this level. So that's what I would really like to see, but that won't happen till 2 o'clock, which is a bit of a pain because you'd get the 10 o'clock close bullish. Well, it wouldn't happen till 2. You'd get it on a 10 o'clock basically, because if the 4 closes bullish. I'm just trying to see if this 4 can drive without. What is this level? I think this 4 level might be a bit lower. 4 close, gone. 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 That doesn't really work. 4 gone. 4 gone. 4 gone. 4 gone. I think I prefer this 4-hour level, but this one didn't play out. This one didn't play out. But I think I would take this level instead. If the 4 closed above here, yeah, I think I'd be interested in buys. I don't like this though, but this is after a huge drop. So I think we'd have to rule this out. Same as these ones came up, came back down. I mean, you might be asking, well, why you're not just getting a buy stop off the daily? Well, the reason being is there's no top wick. There's no top wick on this 4. So if price wants to drive down, it could easily pop, break the high and then flip still now. So I'd rather wait for like a closure and try and get in a bit sooner. I don't like these two have put me off.
Yeah.
I think if we got the forward, right? If we got the forward close above that, I would need a bottom wick come to take the bottom wick, and then I would have buy stops on. That means if price does this, you're not going to get activated, and you just delete after you close bearish. And if price does this one here, let's say there's your forward break above, price doesn't break a low, so you wouldn't get on, and then it wouldn't play out anyway. So you would have deleted after that. So I think that's probably the key. If the 4, but then again, look at this 4, opens up and drives. Look at this 4 here. I mean, you can go off this one. Doesn't break the low and drive. Opens up and drives. Opens up and drives. So this is where you've got to, okay, what am I willing to risk on it? If the 4 closes above, you do tend to come to this level. What is this level? Let me mark this up. This up. You've already tapped it once. That would have been a lovely wing back area, that down. Now I think about it after the push. But I would say what we could do is if the forward closes above, we could take the buy. Because I would imagine if the 4 closes above this, it's probably to come and take this top wick. We could go risk free here. Go risk free, because if price is, if we're right and the daily needs to flip and drive up, let's say this 4 closes like that, then there's only one reason why you're doing that. It's probably because you need to take this top wick. But yes, we still a chance you could do that. But I would think if you come into that, you're probably then going to drive through. So you wouldn't come back to break even. So yeah, I think I'd be interested in the forward close above. I would prefer bottom wick. So we'll go buys above. We'll have a look at the lower time frames as well. Forward close, yeah. Stops. This is where stops are tricky. If the 4 pulls back first, we could use the wick of the 4 wherever it pulls back to. So let's say the 4 closes there, pulls back. If we're happy at that level to get buy stops on, we could then use the wick of that 4 for the for the stop loss. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind. So that's a forward close. Let's go down the time frames. See if we can see. Yeah, 3 would be nice because it cuts all. See how this has disappeared now. Been a bit cleaner. So if the 3 closed above in an hour and a half, fantastic. 2, not so good. And then could the 2 play out? Let's have a look at 2. 2, gone. 2 closes respecting here. And drops. 2, gone. 2, gone. Price comes back to this level on the 2. So we could potentially have stops below that little 2, gone. 2 close. Pull this down to here. We go risk free, and if price wants to plummet, 2 straight through. 2 gone. 2 respecting. It still goes. 2 straight through. 2 straight through. The 2 can really push through that range on its own with 1 2-hour candle. I'm not sure whether I would take the 2 The only way I would take the 2 is if we know the 4. Where can the 4 drive to from this level? If we look at 4s where they've started here and drove up, how high is it drove? Well, this one came to here, where we're at now, and then dropped. This one came to there. This one came to there. This one came to there. Then you would take them out. This one came to there, close respecting. I think if the 4 close respecting, we could probably look at some sells as well. Because it looks like even when you close respecting this, when you close respecting this, you get a steep bottom wick with the next one. So I would imagine you're coming to tap at least 25267, 76, sorry. This one doesn't actually. Power opens up and just drives. But price can push to there from there. This one push to there through. So the 4 could potentially push through. That's all we've got. Potentially, but I don't know whether I would take the 2. But if the 2 closes respecting this, guys, it looks like price can really drop from this level. If we close respect on the 4, here we go. This potentially could be a wing back sell. Because if you look at this 4 here, close respecting, this one doesn't tap at mine, right? But even these ones, I mean, that one closed respecting, this one didn't tap it. But there's a few where prices close respecting, and then you've popped up, tapped, and then dropped through the floor. And that would be the daily coming for a steeper bottom weight. You've got to understand there's huge fair value gap here on the daily. This is a fair value gap. Probably needs filling before driving up. Does it? I mean, where was it? This was the other one we're looking at, right? So if we print bearish, we could look something like this. There was a fair value gap here. So that was a fair value gap. And look what the daily done. Came down, took 50% of it. We have came down and took a bit of it, but the fair value gap actually hasn't closed yet, if that makes sense. This daily hasn't closed, so this could still extend. So is this the fair value gap being took? Let's have a look on a lower time frame. And so there is a fair value gap there. The fair value gap before was that. And price came in and took it. So as it took everything it needs. Oh, this is we're gonna have to wait for the 4 though, I think, Dan. But there's some real potentials here. I'm not taking the buy unless the 4 closes above here. If the 4 closes respecting, we potentially could look at sells. But you would have to go risk free here. So there's the 4. You would have to go risk free here. It might be difficult to get in on them as well. But look, this is what I was on about. 4 close respecting, new 4 pops up, taps, flips. I would be comfortable if the 4 close respecting here, wing back sell, tight stops $50, because you would be looking at low risk $50, even back down to that. That's a 4.5 to 1.
Yeah.
I don't mind risking $50 because counter trend technically to come back to that. But look what happened next. Price came all the way back down. I don't think we're going to get that. But if we do, to 21 to 1.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it'd be worth putting that $50 on. Forward close. Look at the bottom wick again. So look, forward close respecting. You got this bottom wick, but you'd have to work out, do you let it push up first and then flip or what? Forward close respect, this one came straight through. Forward close respecting, straight through. We'll see how the 4 closes. So we're going to leave NAS until the 4 closes. and see what the 4 does. Should we have a look at Guild?
Gold.
Have a look at Guild. So we know the monthly is going to close in 2 days, and the monthly looks like it's going to be closing bullish. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, look at that. It's disgusting. Gold, disgusting. But however, we're still bullish. Weekly closed bullish as well, and we came down and filled that gap. How's this weekly going to close? Well, this weekly can do anything. You've got no top wick on this weekly, but it doesn't really mean much with gold in regards on the higher time frames. Look, no top wick, you just carry on. It happens a lot really on the higher time frames. On the lower time frames, the 1 hours, maybe the 4 hours, yes, you would be looking at getting them top wicks filled, and also the probability of you flipping bearish is high, because that's what tends to happen. But this weekly can still do anything. So we had a support level around here which we've tapped, and then we printed bullish, then we printed bullish. We didn't actually close at the level, which I don't like, because now there's a gap. Now there's a gap where this could easily close bearish like that, and then fake out. This looks similar to what gold does a lot. That would be a little support level, then that would be a breakout, and then that would be a fake out back in, and then price goes. Happens absolutely loads. Okay, happens a lot. That, so that means we would have to wait a couple more days for this to be ready to go. That would be the weekly pulling back, closing doji or some sort, maybe small bearish respecting, and the next weekly is the one more goes. So yeah, I would like, I think for me to take more buys now, because we've had a bit of a top wick and we tested this, for me to take buys, I would need a break of this low. I think that would be the only way I would take buys. I need a wick down, and I might not, I might just drive here. Yeah, but the daily, because you've closed bullish. See, yesterday I said if this closed bullish, fantastic. I was hoping to wake up with a nice wick. At least the body we would need. But yeah, if this closes bullish, I said we should be pushing up to break the highs. But yeah, so if I can get that bottom wick, be in. So what would that bottom wick be? Let me mark this off. So I would need to pull back to this level. Go to the 4. Yeah, I would. I need another break the lows. Here's the thing. If you print bearish on this 4, I think it'd be interesting, some sells down. Why didn't we carry on driving here? Would I need to break the highs? That's a question. If you print bearish on this 4, right, and the new 4 pops up, takes the top wick, I'd have a sell stop on underneath the 4 to come down to this level. But I'd only, my extremity would just be this. I wouldn't be selling any more below that. So that's something we could look at 4. We've got no data. I mean, look at the 4s, just clean traffic. But look at this. This is what's dangerous when price does this. The only previous data we've got is this. Does that look like anything we've got here? Nothing. So this is all brand new data. So it means, looks like a meatball, doesn't it? So it means we've got to use lower time frames, and we've only got this level to go off. So yeah, you can really dance. 3 again. I think if the 3 closes bearish, I mean, where's the 3 zone here? That's the 2 zone. Let's see if we can find the 2 levels. So we've got a level here, the 2. Faked out back in there. Didn't close. Oh, we're still respecting this level. That means this 2 can flip to the upside at any point. See, that's the level on the 4. that. So if we haven't tapped this, and this 4 closes bearish, I think I'd be interested. Top wick, sells down. That would be pretty nice. Down to this. Oh, we're there. It's a 3. It's nearly out the 3. Where's our 2? Is that the 2? Let me say that's the 2. So yeah, I don't think we can do anything. I'm not sure a price can break the high, but then again, we've broke a low here. So this has broke a low, right? This has got liquidity. So I would imagine this carrying on. So if we're coming down again, are we just coming to this OB here to reject off this to come back up? Potentially. And what would that be? That would be the 4. Closing bearish. It's a bit of a dodgy area, this. All I know is when price comes back down, you tap this. So if we haven't tapped this, by the time we close on the 4, we get a top wick. I would take some sells down. This would be my goal risk thing. If we drive further down, fantastic. If we reject from here, we just get stopped at break even. But yeah, we have got an advantage point. You do have to tap these levels, or yeah, do we take a wing back buy from here, expecting the 4 to pull back? Even if the 4 closes bearish, what did I say I want to see? Top wick. So if this 4 can tap this wing back area, I'm not sure this 4 can tap and drive. I think if anything, this 4 would tap, maybe pull back, bearish, and then the next 4, top wick, which we'd obviously be taking loads of profit at that point, but then flip to come down if we're wrong. So yeah, I think if we can get, this one wicks down to here, this one wicks to here, wick, wick, wick. We could potentially have a wing back buy from these levels with stops like that, only if this 4 closes. And our get out is if the 1 or the 4 closes below this level, we'd look to get out. Don't know if you'd be able to get out. I think it'll just be a case of driving through though. So this would be a case of stops or out. Yeah, because why did we break the low here and come back in? I think this is just a pullback to go. What do you think to that, Dan? What's your thoughts on this wing back?
All I can see is the wing back from Monday.
Where's
all I can see. That purple line.
Oh, here. Oh, that there.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate gold. Yeah. I love Naz now. I hate gold.
Yeah, Naz is a tamer gold. Respect zone similar, but it's tamer. That's why. Yeah. That's what I think of Naz. I like this wing back here. The 2 and the 4 is still respecting, right? They haven't broke out yet. The 2 hasn't broke below yet. This could flip to the upside at any point. There's still an hour and a half left of it. But I'm just not sure whether this 2 can pop. I mean, it did here. Popped, tapped, pulled back, came back up. Yeah, I think I'll be willing to risk. Wing back buy here. Yeah, and I'm not gonna risk much on it because we know that if the 4 is looking like it's gonna close bearish, we know that could sort of catch it out. I'll probably have $100. It's tight stops anyway, but I think I'd be willing to risk $100 on this. So yeah, I'm gonna have a wing back buy from 5159. So buy limit technically. Tight stops. I'm only risking 100, guys. 5. Got some nice profits this month. This day. 3, 6, 12. Delete. So if I'm risking 100, what's that for you, Dan?
What's that percentage-wise for
What do
you?
you risk?
One's 5, isn't it? So yeah. I'd probably risk maybe 30.
Okay.
0.3% for me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I might have to adjust these stops here, and the reason being, if the 15 closes below, that is a good indication to get out. But look where that wick goes to. That wick comes to here. So I think if we go back to 15, I think if I adjust my stops to that, still risk 100, I would have a potential another entry on here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Get rid of this. Yeah, that's what I would do. So this would come down to what? 10. But this 4 has to tap it. This is the thing. If it doesn't, it's probably not valid anymore. Okay, lovely. Delete. Let's go back to this 15. So let's have a look what these 15s do. So we come down, we get a little bullish close here, which is not bad, which was what we might be getting now. And then the next 15s drop through and tap. So that would give us enough time for the hour to bounce off and come back up. All the 15s come through from this level. So I'd be very surprised if you start pushing up now. Yeah, I think we're going to get a bullish close on the 15, but then I think the next 15s would probably carry on. But yeah, I like this, you know. I think this could be the pullback before us leaving. It's weird because, well, it's not weird because it's what price does, but look, we broke a high here. So if so we broke a high there. So why didn't we carry on driving here to come and break these lows? Why didn't we carry on? We then broke a low to then come back into the area. Then we didn't break a high. We rejected around here. So let's say you got in for buys here, you would have been stopped here. And then once this broke below, loads of sells would be in here. The stops would be above here. Then you come up. Is this just to shake people out? This is what I think we could be. This is to shake the buyers out because that's the direction of travel. Yeah, I don't like this 15 though. We need this 15 to calm its tits.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, there is a few little rejection areas around here. But I'm only after the one what initiates the big push back up. I mean, these don't really initiate, still messes about. This one initiates a bit. But I'm on about initiating the big push, breaking the highs. So, yeah, I'm going to get this on. This is still valid until the 4. We ideally need this 4 to tap it. The 1 is breaking the lows now. So can the next one pop down for us? And if you look at this one here, so this one broke out. And then the next one popped down first, tapped, and then flipped bullish. So that's sort of what we want. Is we need a pop, tap, flip bullish. And that'd be the 4 still bearish at that point. Sorry, yeah, still bearish, but small bearish. You would then probably, highly probable, you come up to at least that, because that's the 4 no top wick, where you would take a lot of profit out, and then hoping that the 4 would continue to the upside. So yeah, I like this. I like this. But we also know that the daily can give us a steeper bottom wick to retest the zones below. And that's the thing what could catch us out. So we've got to then say, okay, well, what are we willing to risk on it? I'm willing to risk $100 to see if I'm right. See if, and this is not a preempting. This is a wing back buy. Back buy, mate. Okay.
We're not preempting a fake out.
I would have another entry if we do pop to this wing back buys, and that would be to get out. So I would be risking $100 on the first one. This must be about 20, so it'd be 120 altogether. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so let me just get this on the trade ideas. Do you know yesterday that trade? I literally just missed getting on the trade ideas. I was putting the last digits in for the entry. I was just about click send and it had gone. So everyone just missed it.
Well, I got in just slightly after.
Did you?
What entry? Because I put it on and I was like, oh, I'm risking too much. So I cancelled it and tried to put another one on at half the risk. And I shouldn't have. I should have just left it and it would have been more money. But you got to stick to what you stick to.
Where did that put you now then? How did that do? What did you make on that?
I've taken 85 out.
Yeah.
So just shy of 1%. My stops would be another 6. So it'd finish it at like 90. Account wise, 4.6.
Nice.
And so hovering, still hovering. So,
but look, you because it goes in patches. I think you'll take a few losses, a bad patch, and you'll go into a good patch and a bad patch and a good patch. As long as you can, the losses, if we can minimise the losses, which I think we've done, because you were hovering around the break-even area, still around that level. Do you know what I mean? Still minus, but you're still hovering around that 5% area. It's just a matter of time before you start going.
Pushing past.
Yeah, boy. Exactly that, young man. Young man.
Young man.
This would be my risk free. Yeah. Where would my full TP be? My full TP would be the daily pushing up to this level. It's just we don't know whether this daily needs a steeper bottom wick. Definitely have 90% out around here. Oh my god, flat again. Honestly, mate, it's felt like it's rained all this year.
Calmed its tits down here. We've had a couple of days of nice sun.
I've just never known rain like it.
Looks like.
We could just have this as full TP, I suppose, but if you want to go further, you can go further. TP1 is 176.12. TP2 is 5236.87. Oh, bucket. Going to have. Copy. Put the second entry as well. At 547.70. Okay, dokie. Okay, dokie. Good morning. Trade delicious on again. Trade delicious. So yeah, it's just whether we can get down on this 4. There's 1 hour left now, so the 1 hour's breaking out. Can the 1 pop? Can the 1 pop and flip back up? That's all it is. So we might have a trade on before. We can't do anything with NAS unless the 4 closes bullish and above 25325. We can't do anything. If it closes respecting, we might look at some sellers back down, but maybe a bit more difficult than that. But yeah, other than that, let's see if what time we're nice. I've got another hour with you, so let's see if we can get activated within this hour. The 1 hour could easily come down, tap, flip, and that'd be us going risk free here. Now to take partial. What would this be? You could take some partial as the 4 comes and breaks the high. That's probably where I would take partial. Take partial. Go risk free. You take more partial here. I'd be taking 90% out here. And then I'll let the rest rock up to 5,420. Remember, we've still got an open trade on this. Oh no. It's on NAS, isn't it? My bad. My bad. So yeah, let's see if this one can pop piddy doo da. Pop piddy day. I might go and make a latte while we wait. Let me just get this on my wing backs then. Then I'll go and make a latte. 2.49. And my get out is if the 15 closes below here. If the 15 closes below this level, 5164, we'll just look to get out. Okay, that's how I manage risk. I've got my $30, so it'll be $130 altogether. I'm comfortable with that. I'll put this on the notes. I'm gonna go make a brew, guys. I'll be back in a sec. we looking? One hasn't popped down, has it?
No.
Okay.
No, it has not.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I'm willing to, even if you print bullish here, right? If you look at price, it's never printed bullish from this level and continued, ever. You printed bullish there, came straight back down. Printed bullish here, you sort of came straight back down. And you printed bullish here, you tapped here. And you printed bullish here, already down there. So it's never really done it. So I wouldn't. The issue we've got though is this is on the hour, so we would have to basically, if this stays bullish, that's the 4 hour close and bearish. Would we still take this wing back? Well, potentially, because let's say this hour ends up like this, right? About here. We could spend 2 hours of the 4 hour coming down. This could activate us, and then the next 2 hours coming back up, I suppose. But if the 4 closes bearish, you're technically bearish on the 4. So then you would expect a top wick. You wouldn't be able to take sells unless you get a top wick and break the high. So, but where's the range on the 4? I mean, you've got a level here on the 4. If the 4 stays respecting this, which I don't think it will, but if it does, then yeah, the new 4 could pop down, tap, and then flip. I think I would still take it, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it prints bearish. I do. I think I would still take it. No matter where close. I mean, if the 4 closes below here, then I would just get out.
Yeah.
But we would be activated on this 4. There's still 43 minutes left of it. So then we wouldn't be talking about the 4 closing, you know. But other than that, because what would that be? It's just whether this daily needs this steeper bottom wick.
Steeper bottom.
Yeah. Because this daily might need a bottom wick all the way down to here. So could we take the sellers down if the 4 prints bearish? If the 4 prints bearish like this, right? And then you get a top wick break the high without getting activated on this, you could have a sell stop underneath because there's only one place left to go. Where's that? The wing back area. That's now you take partial move to break even. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and with the chance of coming through to these areas, I'm not saying it'll come through with 1 hour, but I've just done this to.
Yeah.
But coming through for the daily to come through to them areas, I'm not sure you'll drive down like, but we know the daily can. So it's a bit of a weird one at all on this 4 really. The 1's flip back bearish, I suppose. So yeah, I'd really like this 4 to tap us. Because even if you get tapped, right, let's say the 4 was going to do that. Let's say the 4 closed below here. What you're going to get with the next 4, you're gonna want a top wick before sells. You're probably going to need a top wick before sells. So if you get activated on this 4, you're still going to get a top wick, and that would be the trade. Even if you do flip, you're risk free and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're getting close. Let's see if this 1 can get down for us.
Ooh.
Morning, guys.
How's your latte?
You are?
How's your latte?
Oh, mate, it's absolutely beautiful. Oh, I don't know if it's true, right? But I seen something this morning about the guys who, you know, when Dan Burn got pushed offside by Chelsea, at Man City. Supposedly, loads of people are booting off about it. Loads of people, and supposedly the officials are getting sacked from that game. Yeah, don't know how true that is, but supposedly they're getting sacked because that was like, was it that one or the Aston Villa one? Can't remember. I think it was Aston Villa, wasn't it? That was the worst refereeing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Blatant offside goal. It was Aston Villa. When Aston Villa scored, it was blatantly offside.
Yeah. We've been on the proper shit end of officiating.
Yeah. We have, haven't we? We
Yeah.
have, like...
But I mean, if it's in the rules that you get pushed into an offside position and score,
Yeah.
leading up to the goal, like, those are the rules. How do you not know that? And
Yeah.
how is the people reviewing it not looking at it and being like, well, this is the rules. You can Google it quicker. So, yeah.
I just think I'm no ref, right? But I could have refed that game, that Aston Villa game, better.
Yeah. And non-biased.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just... I mean, we definitely deserved a point from the City game.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. But I know this season's sort of done for us in the Premier League. I don't think we'll get Europe. But and I'm happy if we can win the next game and the Champions League. I'm more than happy with the season. We could end the season there. If we can beat Chelsea or Barcelona, get through the next round, I'm more than happy with this season. Because you've got to be realistic as a fan and go, look at the size of the squad what Eddie Howe has had to work with all these competitions and all the injuries. Like, I hate these people going Eddie Howe out. It's not going to be up and up and up every season. It's bloody hard.
Well, this is it. Like I say, if we'd spent, close to $1 billion on a squad, then you would expect that you can push in all of the cups, you can push in the Premier League. But really, like you say, with the size of our squad, the injuries we've had, pick one. What do you want? Do you want a decent run in the Champions League? I don't expect to win it, but if we could push to, like you say, quarters or semis, fantastic. We'll get a bit of profit coming in from that run. But you've got to then say, well, you can't have a good run like that in the Champions League and have a good run in the FA Cup and finish in the top 5 of the Premier League. And yeah, I mean, those that are saying like how out and that he's taking us as far as he can, he doesn't have a plan B. I just think they're not real supporters, and the most likely not even Newcastle fans.
Yeah. Do you know what he should have done against Karabakh? He should have tried that 4-2-3-1 system.
Yeah.
What he did against... Oh, that's what he done against Karabakh, wasn't he? He should have tried it in the that was it. He should have tried it in the Premier League. I thought it worked perfectly, with Waldemar in that correct position.
Yeah.
I think it worked really good. I think he needs to try it again.
Just Ethan. I mean, we're not that far off. I do think we should have won some of the games that we've had, which would have put a bit better.
Yeah, we've dropped points all over where we shouldn't have done.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, Everton. No point ahead of them.
Yeah.
So we need to beat Everton on Saturday.
Yeah, we do. It's definitely a winnable game. Like, I think we'll click on. I think.
Yeah. I'll take what it is. We've still got 11 games. So.
Yeah. Oh, there's still enough time to get in. Like, it's weird because the quicker you get out of competitions, the better. Well, I mean, look at Man United. Them getting on,
No.
them not getting into Europe was the best thing for them at that time. They can focus on getting the basics done well, and look what they're doing in the league now. They're playing really well because they haven't got them extra games. They've got time to now,
No keeps.
yeah,
No cup
reset
runs.
and just get back down to the basics. Can we pop and tap this area on this 34 minutes left? This might be a one which I leave with you, Dan. I've really got to go 10 mind.
Yeah, man. Ain't no thing.
Tomorrow I should be okay though for a bit longer.
Sweet.
So we're massively up this week. I say massively up. So streams so far, we're up 1,200 quid for this month. But we have took a few losses, which is quite annoying losses, which has been quite frustrating. Some losses together, which is quite rare for me, really. So I do need to have a look. You see these two losses? I had these two losses here, and then I had another loss, and I took a bit of a break. Remember I had was it Thursday, Friday, Monday, or Tuesday off?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I come back strong. And I was here. I come back really strong. Look at that. This is you can see the patterns already. So the fourth. So the fourth there. We took these losses on the fourth, and I was like, "What's going on here? I need to have a little break here." And then I came back on the 11th. Yeah, so I had Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday off. Came back on the 11th. Reset my mind, and then on the 11th we started smashing it again. Took another loss, but yeah. So it's always good to sort of identify, look, I need that little reset. If you start getting too emotional and thinking about it constantly, take a few days out.
I'm just looking like losses, big loss, and then that was the 5th. So then I think that might have been like the Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
And then back on the 11th, win, big win. 2%. That was the 11th. That was the 2.3%. And then loss.
But you do have to have that attitude as well. I've just got to stay in the game. How long can I stay in the game for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to counteract that, playing devil's advocate, if you've got an account which is like, oh, fuck, this account's fucked, just move on and put it on a social copy trader. Just have it run in the background. Because that alone can reset your brain as if you've got a fresh account.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're like the weight off your shoulders. Sometimes when you hold on to an account, it just weighs you down. And sometimes you just got to let go in order to move forward. But instead of letting go of the account and just doing a fucker trade, just the way I'm going to let go is, well, move into the background but linked to a new challenge. And you just go,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you think let's say you lost that account now and you start a new challenge, all the pressure would be off, but you'd be going again on the new challenge, and you'll find you probably trade better, right, on that challenge. And as you're bringing that up, that one then bring them back out of drawdown and into profit, and before you know it, you've passed it. So it's weird when you've got a couple of accounts, it weirdly feels easier, because if one's not doing so well, you don't get down and depressed because you've only got one account. You've got others what are in profit and doing well, and you know, you do a payout on one and then the other one's getting to payout while one's in drawdown. You know, it just sort of all connects.
Does FTMO let you share money?
What do you mean?
Winnings.
Over to the account.
Can I borrow some?
Imagine that. Imagine that. What are we doing here? 30 minutes left. I can't. This doesn't look like it's popping down, does it? I think we're going to get a bullish close and then maybe pop up. I reckon the next one could easily do that straight away. But this is going to be the 4 closing. I think I might just put, well, I've got these on ready, but I might just be leaving these on. So oh, look at this one pushing up here. This, oh, is the 4 going to close respecting here, Dan? If this 4 close respecting and the new 4 pops down first, right, breaks the previous low, I might even have a buy stop above the 4 as well. But if you get activated on this, there's probably no point. Was a fantastic latte. My TikTok, thanks for joining. See you next time. Tomorrow, 8 AM.
Looking at a 4 close above on NAS as well.
Really? We are indeed, Dan Jimin. So do we need much of a pullback from what we remember? We don't actually need much. We could just get the buy stops on. I can't remember what we said. The 4 can just pop. Bottom wick. Go. Yeah, I think I'd have a $100 risk on this as well. Stops for this though would be 25266. So let's see if the lower time frames.
What are you using, MT4 or MT5?
And it's different depending on what account. Currently I'm on MT5.
Just, I think it's different. Well, it's capital.com on TradingView, but MT5 it's
different, isn't it? So the way I do it is I look at the time frames, yeah, and look at where the candles are. If they're similar, so I'll look at this candle and go, okay, right, the stop loss is maybe just underneath this, and I'll find this little bullish candle on my MT5 and put my stops under there. Sometimes it goes peak tongue, but unfortunately it's just the way it is.
I noticed last night because I was like watching it at close just to see where it was going to close, and on TradingView the next day opened immediately.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously it stopped on MT5 and we're sitting at like a tiny little doji.
Yeah.
On MT5, but we've got obviously a massive pullback on the daily with no top wick.
I get you. I get you.
So I was just like, eh?
Yeah.
So I nearly just took a buy stop on last night. But obviously it wouldn't let us. It's like, no.
Yeah, be careful putting trades on late at night because the spreads go bigger, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd just be a bit mindful of that. But yeah, it's at 10 o'clock we might be having a buy stop on the 4. Let it rock. My wingbacks are already on. But if the 4, I can't stay, this is the thing. This 4, if this pushes down with no top weight, if this 4 closes respecting here, right? And the next 4 pushes down first and taps this level, I would more than happy, if this has got no top wick, to have a buy stop above. But when this 4 flips, it's likely flipping because we're coming back up. At least break this high, that's your advantage point. There's no reason to flip back up other than to come to this. So yeah, it could be quite nice. Everything's looking pretty good. I'm only risking $100 on both, on each trade. Well, gold's got $130 and NAS will be $100 as well. But we've got some lovely ranges. I mean, look at these ranges. So you would be like this. Let's say the 4. I'd be looking at like, I mean, even to that is a 5, just 6, 5.5 to 1. That is a 10 to 1. Really nice. These are the days we've been waiting for, Dan. Really.
Yeah, they are.
I'm just gonna go and make a phone call, Dan. Be back in a second. We've got potential trades, 22 minutes, guys. Ooh, the force really pumping, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are we going to get a beautiful trade again today? Right, how are we looking here? So we're trying to work out if the 4 is going to give us a pullback or not. And the way we can sort of sometimes work this out is the lower time frame. So if the 5 on the 15, let's say it's hit a support level and it's closed bearish, the last candle, you're probably going to get a top wick to come down. That would tell you the 4 is going to give you a bottom wick. But if you keep printing like this and then you clean traffic range up, you're probably thinking, well, you might only get something like that and then go. So it's vital that you look at the lower time frames and go, what's the 5s doing, what's the 15s doing. So we've still got a fresh another 15-minute candle left to print. 30 broke out to the upside, bottom wick looks like we're going to be closing bullish on the 30. And if we look at the 30s, they do tend to give you a bottom wick and just drive up. So same as the 1 hour, straight up. Let's look left a bit. I mean, this one only came to here. Oh, actually, these ones came to the. Oh, what is this? 1 hour. Oh, we might need a 1 hour close above that, you know. We might need a 1 hour close above here. 1 hour. Top. This is gonna have to come a bit tighter. To come to there. 1 hour. Bottom way gone. We'd rule these out. I mean, this 1 hour didn't close above and it still drove, so we could maybe just go off the 4 anyway. Oh, this is a big bump, this sort of down. Oh my god, is this going to go all the way? I think if we can get a pullback to this level, which is a 1 hour zone, and then have the buy stop on. It's the 4. Oh, actually, we've gone on the 15, haven't we? Yeah, ignore
Yeah.
this for now. Sorry, I thought it was this one. Ignore this for now. Ideally, we want the 1 hour staying above here, but it can still go without staying above there. But it just means that if the 1 hour close is respected here, we're probably expecting a steep bottom wick for the 4. So, do we wait? That's the question.
Question.
What is this doing here? If the 1 closes respecting here, you've technically got the nest play. The 4 would have broke out to the downside. So you could actually look at a swoop entry for a 1 sell, because you can easily drop with an X1. So you could actually take the sells down. 15 minutes left. How is this 15 going to close? So, yeah, do you know what? I might be interested in this actually. So if this 15 can close like this, stays below this level, and it still has no bottom wick, I think I'm going to be in for a sell. Swoop entry. Stops would just be the high. Yeah. Because then what I would expect with a new 15, which is a new 1, at least come down to there. You go risk free. But if you're going to drive down, you're going to fake out with the 15, and that would initiate the 1 coming right down. I like that, Dan. I do.
Would you then be looking at cancelling the wing back?
Well, if you've made your profit for the day, then yeah, you could. But if you want more, and you can have more, then no, I'd keep it on. I'd keep the same. Keep it on. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I do. I do. So let's see, because look what's happened here, Dan. If the 15, look, that support level it's created. Breakout. What happens a lot? Fake out.
Fake out.
And that would make sense.
We love a
with
fake
the 1.
out.
We do love a fake out. So it's all on this 1, really. On this 1. But I would imagine that because the 15's got no bottom wick. So even if you want to drive up, the new 15 would likely come down, take that bottom wick, and then flip. And at that point, would be risk free. So is a swoop entry. It's up to you what you'd risk. I'd probably risk. It wouldn't be. The thing is, right? If the 15 closed like this, I'd watch the new 15 create a top wick. Then as it flips, then I would get in, I think. As it flips, I would get in on the flip. And then stops would just be the high after you've done the flip. You know what I mean? But what might happen, the 15 might open up and just drop. But then where do you put your stops? Oh, look at it now. It's listening to us. Okay, let's say we put our stops here. We do have an area where you come up and pull back. Come up, pull back. So let's say our stops were there. And we just mark it execute with the next 15. Look at these 15s here though. What's this? What is this? I'm not expecting to get up to that though, that's the thing. Do you know what? This, yeah, I like this, you know. I'm going to work out my lot. I mean, what would that be in regards to risk to reward? Let's say we just mark it executed on that 15 because it closed respecting. Stops were there. We're coming down to that. That is a 6 to 1 or 7 to 1 even. There's nowhere else to go. This is the thing. You would just go risk free here. You could literally maybe take some profit here, but I would highly probable you're coming down to this level. So yeah, I think I'd be in for, even if I'd done $50. To be honest, I think I'm willing to risk $100 on this. Yes, you can really dance. Why did we reject a bit there? 15 came up, a little rejection. and you plow up. Now that's only if you close below here. If you close above, not for us. Okay, not for us. Because that would be the 4 closing respecting this level. And then we're looking straight into buys in regards to the 4. Yes, coming down again. And then flipping. Or quite a few options today. It's going to be vital how this 15 closes. But I can really see a fake out here. I can see the next 15 just going. But that's me preempting, isn't it? Preempting. So I think this 15 really has to close respecting for me. Oh my god, where are you going? There's a wing back here as well, which you could potentially take. Which is this level, but I don't think I would take it. I mean, look at the fake out on the 1 if the 1 closes like this. What you would want, if the 1 closes like this, that would be the 4 closing respecting. You would then want a bottom wick first on the 4, 50% wick fill, buy stop above for the flip, and then the 50% wick fill would be the next one coming down to the body of the 1, and then a flip to come up. That would make sense. And then these wing backs wouldn't get activated. But yeah, if we do that, if we close like this on the 1, things slightly... Wing back's still valid, because you can pop down there. I don't think I would take the sells down. But I would need a pull back to here, the body, in order to get buy stops off this 1. But then you might say, well, why wouldn't you take the 15 then? Because you're expecting to come down there anyway. I'm not expecting, I'm saying that's what I would like to see. That's what I would like to see. Might not, might just open up and push. But look at this. Let's see if it rejects from here. There's a lovely wing back, literally where it's at now, Dan. Let's see if it rejects from this point. Oh, it's gone past it. It's gone past it. There's another little area here you could reject from. Let's see if it rejects from here. Is it going to tap this and bop? Hell of a push that though. If, right, this is what I'm going to be doing, right? If this 15 closes like this, are you ready for this, Dan? And the new 15 comes up first with no bottom wick and tests the previous wick. Doesn't have to break it, but tests it. I'll have a sell stop, swoop entry, low risk, literally like $50 on a 50k account. That's nothing. Low risk. If you do flip, it's highly probably you're going to have to retest this zone. We'll go risk free, but you could easily get a fake out straight back in. That's what I'll do. Okay, so have it ready, because it's going to be fast. And make sure your risk is correctamundo.
Correctamundo.
Okay, so it needs to be low risk this though, Dan. You could easily come straight through. So don't take it if you can't work out your lottie sizes. We've got 6 minutes left. Hopefully this will give us a bit of a wick fill. If this lands round here, ideal. And then if the 15 can pop up first, and then as it flips. I'm in the corner,
watching you kiss her.
No wonder people jump on my stream and jump off.
They're just like, what the is this?
Yeah, what is
this? Isn't trading. Tonight, Michael, I'm gonna be sure.
put a higher lot on here. Might only be risking $30 or something. But it's okay. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to need to have a top wick first. What would be perfect is if the 15 could break the high first. And flip. This is proper scalping this down. Ideally we need the 15. Well, we need the 15 to close respecting that at least. Actually no, the 15 can close respecting that if it wants to. As long as the 15 stays below here. That's where where would my stops be? My stops would be above this 15, I think. Okay. Happy? Like that. Literally $50 down. No more than whatever that percentage is to what you're risking. Right, it's a swoop entry. It's just to see if we can grab the move down. And we can't take buys up yet until I get a pullback. I need a pullback to at least these levels. We will go risk free once we tap this level. Yeah. 2 minutes left. What else did we have on? It was the NAS, wasn't it? So if we needed the one to close above that, didn't we? Did we? We did. We needed the one to close up. I mean, it still plays out, I suppose. We'll just wait for a pullback though on NAS. The way NAS is closing, we'll wait for a pullback to here, and then we'll have buy stops above the wick. Actually, we could probably do. Oh. So stand by. That might not happen straight away. It's a lovely one close back into the area here, though. This could just be a fake out back into the area to then continue. Here we go. This is a pure scalp. This. Ready for a scalp?
Scalp.
Scalpage. Come on. So we need this 15 to push up first, right? Give us a. I'm looking at the 5. See if this 15, this next 5 can push to here first, and then we'll have a sell stop underneath. Might even sooner actually. Would that be? Nah. Need that. Get it. So we want the next 5 to pop up. Tap. I'll have a sell stop underneath. Go risk free, and then if it carries on, if the 15 is going to fake out, I would imagine the next 15 literally does that. If we're going to fake out after the top wick, that's what I'll be looking at. Okay, so stand by. 9 seconds. Come on, the 5. Oh, the more this 5 pushes down, the more we can move this pullback. Come on, come up first. Do not pop down first. Come on, come on. Oh. It's not what we wanted. So let's say price comes back down now. If we get a pullback to this, we could have buy stops on. Oh, plot twist.
Ooh, plot twist.
I don't like how it's done that bottom wick though. Let's see. 10 o'clock. Keep an eye on that. NAS, what does NAS do? So 3, 4. So I need a pullback. Tell you what I'm going to do on NAS. I'm going to have a buy stop above here. Buy stop. But the more we pull back, the closer we can move. We break the highs again. I would imagine you come into this area. Go risk free. Stops would be stop loss. So on NAS, I'm gonna have a buy stop above the high. If we pull back, right? If we pull back to this level, then I'll move it to the top of the wick of this 1 hour. Okay, but at the moment, where would my stops be? So that's what I've got.
Where are your stops?
My stops are 25266 on capital.com.
266. Perfect.
25583. Right. I'm going to set an alert on this. That's set up now. Let's see what happens. If you pull back to this level, we can set an alert on this. Pullback needed. Then we can move the buy stop to the high of the wick of this candle, but I can't do it yet. Right. In regards to gold, we still haven't hit that level, have we? 15. I need a pullback. It's a shame because I might miss this. I don't like how the 5s popped down first, Dan. I wanted a no bottom wick on the 15. So I'm probably not going to do this.
Yeah.
I think if anything now, the win backs are still valid. Right? Wing backs are still valid. If you get a pullback to here on the 1, I'll have a buy stop above this one. Like that. Not 1 right there. Because the 4 hasn't closed bullish yet. I wouldn't do that. Because the 4 is still bearish. Even though we're respecting, I would actually wait for a forward bullish close. And then bottom wick to come up. So I don't think I would actually take the 1 for me at the moment. I think the only thing I've got at the moment is this wing back. Shall set an alert. And then yeah, let's see if we can get down. We still can get down, but it's the 4's bearish. So if this 4 flips now, I'd imagine you're coming to get activated. But as close respecting the 1 I was faked out back in. But I can't take the buys up unless I get a pullback. Because, I mean, look at this one. Look at this one here. This 1 hour candle came all the way. And that's after it was closing back into that area. So it's so easy for this one to pop down, tap, and then flip bullish.
Yeah.
So I would just leave these on. I'd leave these on. Gold on and NAS on. You know the crack. You know the crack.
I know the crack.
Alright mate, I'm going to love yous and leave yous guys. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe to the channel. I've got to go. We've got 2 pendants on. Let's see how they play out later on today. Alright. Right guys, Dan.
Have a quality day.
Catch you later
See you in
guys.
the morning.
See you later everyone. Toodaloo.